Alright guys, just going to quickly show you how I put together my E30 Convertible Relocation kit. So just get all this hardware, it's all stainless steel, very high quality bits and pieces. So these ones here, the longer ones, are the ones that bolt the tray into the chassis. So it's pretty obvious. Yeah, you can't really put them anywhere else. So these always end up in here. Okay, and the others I pretty much put it together for you. So this is the earth cable, and it goes from the side of the tray here to the battery. Now when I crimp it, I always make sure that the natural curve of the cable is going the right way. So that edge goes on there, as you can see. So it'll sit like that. And the wider entrance of this terminal is facing down. If it was the other way around with the curve, you wouldn't be able to get that over the terminal. So I always double check that. So you get your battery facing this way with your earth, your negative terminal of the battery on this end. Now the end of the tray with the holes closer to the edge, there's about a 10mm gap there and about a 25mm gap there. That points to the front of the car. Again, it won't fit any other way. You'll figure it out pretty quickly when you try. So just quickly, I will slap this together now. Actually, so I put the button end on there because it's a bit thinner and softer against the battery. So I don't tighten this up all the way because it won't fit in the shipping box that way, but you can see what I mean. So you can move that to wherever. You can even have the terminal on the other end, it'll still reach. But on this end, if it's this side, you do that. If it's this side, you do that. It should reach pretty much everywhere on a large battery. So I tuck that in like that for shipping. Leave that in there. Now this comes to your positive cable. Please excuse the furniture. Don't ask. That's what happens when you share a workshop with people. That's fine. All right, so a couple of these lugs. You don't need a couple, you just need one. So these are my lugs that I've had machined to fit one of these terminals, but you don't actually put it in there. Ooh, nice and snug. It's just to prove that they are the size of a battery terminal. So as you've seen in my previous video, installation of this goes like this. So they're a nice clean M8 thread in there. So that faces the firewall inside the OEM BMW firewall bracket. But before I do that, that's pretty much the last thing that happens. I'm gonna get you a grommet and also one of these terminal protectors. All right, so we feed this on. We're not gonna do it all now, but you get it. Feed this on, feed that on. You have to take that off before you install it, but it's pretty easy. Grab yourself one of these. I put them together. They actually come somewhat separate. I haven't put that one together, but that's okay. I'll show you now how to do it. The only thing it's missing, and I don't have a supplier for them yet, but I'll have to find someone, is the flange nuts that go on here. They're just two M6 flange nuts, easy to find. You'll probably find spares whilst you're pulling apart your BMW, as everyone does. Pull apart a car, you'll always end up with spare parts. You find a couple of them. If not, you'll find them at any hardware store or automotive store. But yes, so moving on. This clamps on, doesn't clamp on, that presses on like that. Now this is the part that clamps on, sorry, this is the cover. And it goes in there and it bends down and literally clips into there. You can see where it's supposed to clip. It's a bit fresh now, so they're not quite bent the right way, but I can show you that at some point. But yes, so I believe it goes that way, yep. So when it's on the firewall, that's all you see. Now the only thing is, when these come from factories, they all come in separate. You have to buy, this is 3 different part numbers. It's a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. And at this, you have to press on. You have to press that till it's flush. Okay, hopefully you can see that. I can do it, I usually use a tool, something to press against there, so I'm not using my thumbs. But yeah, so once you've pressed that on there, those 2 bolts go through the firewall, and this goes on to here, and that clips into there like that. It would sit better if those were flush, but you get my point. So my cable with that terminal end sits in there, it's hard to see, you know what I mean. It'll sit behind there, you won't see it. It looks like the factory cable when it's in there, only a bit nicer because the factory cable doesn't have the braided sleeve on it like mine does. It just kind of looks like this. And that's it. So it's pretty easy. I also chuck in one of these for you, some Tef gel. Yeah, anti-seize assembly lubricant. So you put that on these bolts. Okay, just a little, it comes with a little brush applicator. Just put a little bit on the threads before you put it into the chassis, because these are stainless bolts and you've got a steel chassis and you don't want that corroding. Okay, so put a bit of this on, covers my ass, covers your ass, we're good to go. So pretty much, yeah, everything you need to install it comes with the kit. And yeah, this one's actually, when I finish packing it, is on its way to the UK. So that's pretty cool. Didn't think I'd be selling things all over the world, but I've sold a few now around the world. So yeah, pretty cool. Thanks for your support, guys. Cheers.